Am I like in frame nicely?
Oh yeah, yeah, totally.
Okay. What's up guys, it's Drifts and Lifts here. Alright, so today I am super excited. Finally we're getting back out on the track. I think it's been like, I want to say, you know, it's kind of sad. I haven't actually filmed the video of me ripping this thing yet. We did the dyno video with the new turbo engine where we swapped all the different camshafts into it and tested out what made the most power. But finally, you're getting a video of us properly ripping this thing. We just got our new FISCH Racing Hydro e-brake installed, and I'm really excited to test it all out on the track today. So, quick little run around. It's 88 GLE 740, BMW ZF 5-speed transmission, turbo engine, tuned on a max ECU standalone, running about 300 wheel horsepower at 25 pounds of boost. What's the name I gave this thing? The 740 SUPERLEGGERA.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because this thing is one of the lightest 740s that I've ever owned. We got it down to 2,400 pounds with the turbo engine in it. Stock B230 FT from 94. And the only mods done to it are a V camshaft from a VOLVO Penta engine, as well as our max peating rods. T40E, I think is the name of this turbo. So this will be actually a cool test, guys, because I've been driving this car around a little bit and I've been ripping on it, but this will be a really good test of like how reliable this max peating rods turbo really is. For suspension stuff, we got BC Racing coilovers. We are rocking Cap Lenky quick steer roll center adjusters for quick steer roll center correctors for our angle kit. So extended lower control arms with BC Racing coilovers and the Cap Lenky quick steer roll center correctors is an awesome setup. We got it aligned for zero toe and it feels really good. I'm super excited to try it out today. Interior of this thing, fully stripped, Lexan windows, cutout doors, the whole 9 yards. We got like 2 racing buckets in there. And as you can see, take a look at that beautiful FISCH Racing Hydro e-brake setup. So it's got the carbon fiber handle. The whole setup is super lightweight. Like I think the whole e-brake weighs less than 2 pounds or 3 pounds. We got it running to our dual caliper brackets. So we're running another set of stock 740 calipers on this thing. I was in a rush when I bled it. So me and Christian are actually going to take these wheels off. Also check these things out. Shout out to my buddy Cody Ross. He basically just dropped these at my door the other day. He's like, here's some free rims for you. And I was like, damn, those are sick. He knows how much I love my 15 by whatever, zero offset old school aluminum wheels. So these are some American Racing torque lights. Pretty cool looking thing. So we're gonna chuck these on and bleed the rest of the e-brake. On the first pull, it goes up a little high, and then the second pull, it's like a little bit lower. So people that like care what celebrities are doing.
Yeah, they're all gonna burn in the lake of fire.
All right, so we got the American Racing torque lights in the back. Pretty sick looking wheel. Actually, like, they don't look too far off the ARE wheels that I got in the front there. Check out our dual caliper setup here. So I actually just went braided line from the built-in master cylinder on the e-brake itself to like a T. And then I just got some brake lines from the auto parts store and bent them up to here, running a soft line into it's basically just a stock 740 caliper. So I figured we would bring the silver wagon. So I'm gonna get Christian to drive it to the track, just as a backup car in case we want to have a bit of fun in this thing, or in case something bad happens to the gold car. I actually love this car, guys. It's been my daily for the last like month and a half. One of my favorite Volvos I've ever owned. It's a good unit, does the job. All right, guys, so we just arrived at Mission Raceway. So I figured I'd walk around the pits a little bit before we get going here and just check out some of the cars that we have in our local British Columbia drift events. I got to show you guys this thing. So my good friend Jake, he just actually got this car completed. So this one's for the Volvo lovers. This is a 780 Bertone. It was actually a factory V6 car. The V6 was all locked up when he got it, so it's the perfect shell to build a new drift missile out of. Jake's pretty hard on cars, so you know it looks mint right now, but I wouldn't count on it staying mint for too long. But this thing is absolutely sick. This is actually the first time I've seen this car. I've never really got to look inside, you know, like when you strip one of these out, does it look much different than a 740? No, it looks pretty much the same. It is basically a 740 chassis, but it's got, you know, it's obviously a two-door, and it's got some small differences. Some of the later gen 780s came with independent rear suspension. I'm not sure what Jake did. It looks like, if I were to guess, it looks like he's got some camber back there. So what's he working with? Okay, so he's got the independent suspension on this car. So wow, this thing's super sick, man. Looks absolutely gangster. 780 drift spec. I guess we should talk about the engine a little bit. This is a BMW, I guess it's like a 4.4 liter from a 540i E39. And I know he's done a little bit of stuff to it. I think he put like heads from a 4 liter and made a little higher compression, that kind of thing. So this thing's absolutely sick. We should be able to get some good footage of this car today as well. So the spare car has arrived. How do you like that car?
Super fun to drive.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You can definitely feel the lightweight in the front, Yeah.
No, it feels really good over bumps.
Yeah.
Track, stuff like that.
Like compared to a stock 740, this one is like pretty much 80 pounds different in the front. So I mean, that's a good amount of weight, you know?
Yeah.
Pick up an 80-pound dumbbell and just like put it in the engine bay. It's like a big difference.
Yeah, totally.
So as you guys can see, BMWs are pretty popular at local drift events here at Mission Raceway. This thing's pretty gangster. It's like an old 7 series slammed on some like center lines or something. It's pretty dope. You got one of the most common drift cars of all time, the E36 BMW. Can never go wrong with those things. So we got some newer, man, so many BMWs, you know. They're such a good out of the box drift car that it's like, you know, you can pick them up pretty cheap, especially in our area. You know, you can get a good like E36, E46 for, you know, $2 to $5 grand kind of thing. Pretty sick E30 here. You know, there's we're seeing a lot of Mustangs out these days. You know, Mustangs are becoming kind of popular, especially those. I think it's called an SN95 with the 5 liter and the 4.6. Pretty cool car. A lot of 350Zs, G35s, extremely popular drift car. You know, you'll notice that like local drifting in British Columbia here, there's a lot of like really simple cars. You know, our track isn't super massive and it doesn't have like, you don't need a ton of power, so you'll find a lot of guys have pretty, you know, nice simple builds that are just, you know, 200 to 300 wheel horsepower, nice and reliable. So 350Z, I just can't get over how nice. What's going on, guys? How you doing? Can't get over how nice Jake's car looks, man. Holy crap, this thing's so sick. Wow, hopefully we get some good footage of it today. So we got, you know, it's funny, guys, like we got another 350Z here. S13s used to be the most common drift car that you'd see at events 10 years ago. Now, like, you know, they're actually becoming, I hate to say it, but they're becoming extinct. Like all the great old early 90s, late 80s drift cars. So, G35, another super popular car these days. Some more 350Zs. This one's dope. I really like those wheels on this thing. Looks really good. This guy's out drifting the Grand Cherokee. No, I'm just kidding. I got some S14, really nice looking car over there. More Beamers, more G35 action. G35. Honestly, I want to say it's probably the most popular car out here. G35. And all right, guys. Well, that's pretty much the pits. Let's go have some fun. safety on the track. So we got the Fish e-brake nice and bled now. It's locking up real good. Oh, these tires are slippery. Tons of power. I think it was a good, even though the turbo engine isn't as fun, isn't as cool, you know, it's not as like unique as the NA setup was. The 300 wheel horsepower is a nice thing to have. So I can pretty much keep it in third gear, seems like. These tires are pretty old and dry rotted, so there is something to be desired in terms of traction. Would be nice to have a little more, but you know, it slides easy, and on that big layout with the big sweeper corner with that big straight, it definitely makes it like doable. E-brake works fucking awesome. See if we can go into this entry at like 100 plus. Crazy, dude. This angle setup, like even with the shitty rear tire, it chucks pretty much backwards. All right, I should take Christian for a rip. Poor guy's been out there filming for me all day. All right, guys, so a little bit of a halftime break. We got like an hour left at the track here, so all I can say is this car is incredible. Like, I couldn't ask for a better just grassroots drift car, you know? The only thing I would like is a little bit grippier of a rear tire. And shout out to my good friend Christian getting the footage for us. Wouldn't be able to pump out these cool videos without Christian here. So yeah, we're gonna go out for a couple more. We're gonna get a couple more shots from a different angle. And yeah, it's been a great day. Can't really ask for too much more. Alright guys, so it looks like we trashed these tires. So, we should probably go chuck another set on and take Christian for a rip. There you go guys, we burnt through our first set. Honestly, for old shitty dry rot tires, like these, I got quite a few laps out of these things. So we're gonna swap to a mixed match set, same size, but we'll see how they work out. Christian, for 20 bucks, would you lick my valve cover?
40.
40?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would do it for like probably 30.
Yeah.
I'd up you on that one.
Yeah. I make 30 bucks an hour. That was the best one. That was the best one. There you go. All right, guys, so had an absolute blast. Shout out to BCDA Drift Association for putting on these events for us. You know, we're super lucky to have like a dope track really close, half an hour away from our house. And Jordan Maynard is the man behind all of that. So big shout out to Jordan. If you guys want to drift, you know, from British Columbia, Canada, or even down in Seattle, Washington, get a hold of, actually follow BCDA on Instagram. There's all the information about the events, where to sign up, you know, that kind of schedules,
thing.
rules,
Car stuff you got to have. And yeah, so it's a beautiful track. We actually run 2 separate tracks.
today we didn't actually spend any time on the main track. We were having a lot of fun on the back track, and you know, we kind of just stuck to that. But Gold Car did incredibly well. I can't say enough good things about the setup on this thing. Honestly, like, now it's just drive it until something else blows up, pretty much. It seemed to be reliable. Didn't give me any problems. It made all the juicy power. Big shout out to Post Haste Performance for you know, installing the max ECU wiring harness and tuning it to perfection, so you know, the thing stays together under 25 pounds of boost. Shout out to Max Peating Rods. Looks like our China turbo from Max Peating Rods is holding in pretty good. It's still making boost. It's not smoking. We didn't get any laps in the Silver Wagon. I was having way too much fun in the Gold Car. I figure we'll preserve the Silver Wagon for another time for some low horsepower, simple street drifting in the rain or something like that, you know. Got anything else you want to say, Christian?
No, I think we're good.
Pretty much good to go.
Yeah, heck yeah. Sick day. Weather was perfect.
Perfect weather.
Yeah.
Kind of like a cool breeze, which is good for, like, you know, a turbocharged car. Get a little more horsepower out of it. Doesn't blow up. Keeps everything under control.
No, it was very good.
Yeah. I gotta say, guys, super excited to see Jake out. He gets out drifting quite often, but I think this is like his first or second event in this car with the 780 out. So super rad car, man. Like, honestly, I think that's one of my favorite, like, drift cars that I've seen in person.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I'm a big Volvo lover, and you just don't see the 780 Bertones like modded into full drift spec very often. I've seen a couple on YouTube from like Sweden and Norway, but locally here, he's the only guy that's done it so far. So,
And here in the V8 in it's pretty sweet.
V8 in it, and like, it's cool because that was a factory V6 780. So the V6 front sway bars go a lot lower because the V6 engine has a front sump. So his BMW engine is the same. It has a front sump as well. So he was able to run the factory V6 sway bar, and it fit perfectly with the BMW V8. So really, really cool build. Maybe we'll like get out and do like a review of that car sometime on the street or some shit. But yeah, that's all I can really say, guys. Like and subscribe for dense Volvo macronutrients. Peace out.